President Trump demonstrates how the art of the deal works wonders, even in the Middle East. This is an area that, even during his first term, they were saying, President Trump, you can't get it done. There's no way you can get a peace deal done. It's not going to happen. Stop trying to make it happen. And of course, you got the Abraham Accords. Boom, 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 boom. Multiple countries signing it. Almost got Saudi Arabia in there, but at the last minute with the election or the insertion of Joe Biden into the White House, that all crumbled. And we'll see what we can do going forward. But he got those deals done. Now it looks like he might be getting another deal done. And technically without his assistance, even though, again, we are talking about the art of the deal, for those who don't recall. Earlier this month, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, went to Washington, D.C., met with President Trump. They stood there during a press conference with Netanyahu off to his right, smirking. And everybody's like, why is he smirking as President Trump is unveiling his plan for Gaza? Now it appears we might know why. At the time, President Trump had said, hey, so it's not working out. And prior to that, by the way, he'd asked, hey, Jordan, hey, Egypt, why don't you guys take some of the refugees? They're like, no, sir, no, we cannot. And I can explain someday why that's the case, because believe it or not, Palestinians have been bouncing around from country to country to country for decades. And everywhere they go, they end up making a huge mess. Terrorists follow, and this is why Jordan won't let them back in. This is why Egypt won't let them back in. That's a discussion for another day. But let's get back to what's happening now. So President Trump said, hey, we're going to take over Gaza, okay? We're going to take the people that are living in Gaza. We're going to get them into like nice homes and communities somewhere else. Unspecified place. But they'll get jobs, they'll get food, it'll be nice. We'll move them elsewhere. Then we're going to level Gaza. We're going to get rid of all the bombs, the EIDs, the secret tunnels. We're just going to start from scratch. We're going to rebuild it, and it's going to become the Riviera of the Middle East. It'll be the nicest place you can go to in the region. And of course, everybody freaked out. Every single Democrat freaked out. The vast majority of world leaders freaked out. Even a good chunk of Republicans were like, oh, Mr. President, you can't do that. What are you can, Mr. President? And I would, to be clear, I don't want that either. I don't want Gaza. Give me a break. But at no point did I think, oh, we're really going to go take over Gaza. I understood and I recognized, even while Benjamin Netanyahu was smirking, I too was smirking, because I realized what President Trump was doing. He was basically telling these people in the area, right? People that have said so far all they've done throughout the war, before the war, during the ceasefire, all they've done up until President Trump made his announcement, all they did was say, Israel, don't do that. Hamas, don't do that. You guys work it out. They didn't want to lift a finger. They didn't want to spend a dime. They didn't want to take in not one refugee. But they did want the problem fixed. They just didn't want to have anything to do with fixing the problem. Well, apparently now, thanks to President Trump and his promise, as well as their own threat, it looks like they're going to at least try to take responsibility for this issue. According to Al Jaminer, Arab states to reveal 5-year plan to rebuild Gaza with no Hamas or relocation. Arab countries will unveil their plan for the reconstruction of Gaza on February 27th in Cairo. This initiative, developed by the Palestinians and handed over to the Egyptians for implementation, will be presented to the leaders of Jordan, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar. Now, I want to be clear. So this wasn't developed by the Palestinians. I have a feeling, we'll get into it, but I have a feeling this may be an AI-written article, which that's fine. As long as it tells the facts, then, there's nothing wrong with, I'm wholeheartedly against AI, to be clear, in certain areas, but when it comes to writing the news, I'd actually prefer that in some cases, especially when it's just a news story, as long as the news is accurate, and that's not accurate. It wasn't the Palestinians that handed over this plan to the Egyptians. Weird. Back to the article, though, the plan provides for reconstruction over 3 to 5 years without the displacement of the Palestinian population and without Hamas control. The funding, estimated at several $100 million, will come from the Gulf countries. What? The work will be carried out by Egyptian companies, representing a significant source of income for Egypt, which is strongly opposed to the migration of Palestinians out of Gaza. The workforce will consist mainly of local Palestinians. So what I'm reading here so far is a win, 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 win. Awesome. According to the plan, or somebody with a source involved with the plan, they said the goal is to marginalize Hamas so that it understands that it has lost control of Gaza, and to completely eliminate the terrorist organization's grip on the population and the territory within 5 years from the start of reconstruction. An independent Palestinian administration, separate from the Palestinian Authority, but relying on it, will oversee the reconstruction. The power structure is designed to get the approval of Israel and the United States, who refuse direct management by the Palestinian Authority. We don't want the PA in there, okay? We don't want a boss. We don't want if they're going to be governed, it needs to be by them or by Israel or by the United States or even by Egypt. I don't care, and I don't think President Trump cares. Benjamin Netanyahu cares, but that's, we're not worried about what he's wanting. We want to make sure that it's just done and we don't have to get involved. Okay, so keep the Palestinian Authority out of it, obviously keep Hamas out of it, and we can take it from there. Arab countries fear a resurgence of fighting by Israel, which could, in their view, favor U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to move Palestinians to neighboring countries. The former U.S. president. See, this is definitely written by artificial intelligence, because they, for whatever reason, they use old data sometimes, and they're still referring to Trump as the former president. Yep, AI article here. There's certain things that, when you read enough articles, you can catch that. And again, hey, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. The current and amazing U.S. president, see there, I fixed it, said he wanted to see Jordan, Egypt, and other Arab countries welcome more displaced people from Gaza so that the war-torn area can be cleaned up. And again, as far as I'm concerned, I would be opposed to President Trump's plan if that was really his plan. But I do believe that all he wanted to do was to take people in the Arab people, the Arab leaders who have said, do something. Well, why don't you do something? No. I mean, that's what they've done. They basically said, hey, this is a problem. Somebody needs to fix it, just not us. Well, President Trump says, okay, fine, I'll fix it. I'll build it into the Riviera of the Middle East. And then all of a sudden, they're like, no, never mind. We'll fix it. We'll take care of it. You stay out of it. We'll fix it. So without signing a document, without making a visit, without doing anything really other than make a speech with a crazy plan, all of a sudden the people who have a vested interest in peace in the region, the people who have a vested interest in eliminating Hamas, in keeping the Palestinian Authority in check, in making sure that the Palestinian people stay where they are, those people who have the vested interest are going to invest the time, the money, the manpower, and the effort to get it done. This, my friends, is the art of the deal. Former CIA analyst Jim Rickards has built a reputation over the decades, really, of being able to read the writing on the wall and make determinations, make predictions. Some of them are going to be right around the corner, others are going to be further down the road, but either way, he's usually right. It's very uncanny how good he is at this stuff. His latest analysis, which you can find for yourself at jdrucker.com/crisis, jdrucker.com/crisis. His latest analysis surrounds President Trump's tariffs. Now, they have been, in my humble opinion, wildly successful so far. They've been able to make certain things happen that I think a lot of people didn't think were possible. And of course, they have a dramatic potential revenue-generating effect for the United States of America. But with that said, there are certain risks, certain challenges, and it's not just going to come from China or Canada or Mexico or Colombia or wherever. According to Rickards, he thinks that the biggest threat sits right in the heart of New York City. Crazy stuff. And he thinks that there are things that we need to do as American citizens to prepare, because things are already in motion. According to Rickards, this next major event, which will happen, according to his prediction, between now and April 11th, 2025, something that we should pay attention to So go and check out his latest prediction, jdrucker.com/crisis. See if there's something there for you to gain from and to potentially prepare for, because the world is changing. For us, it seems as if it's changing very much for the better. But there are going to be certain challenges, certain risks. And I think being prepared for those challenges, being prepared for those risks, that's the difference between thriving or just making it by.